Hello, today's blip is on Viva points or MCQ possibilities from random topics of CNS. We'll see some slides so that we can discuss on it. So first we'll take up Electroencephalogram or EEG, which was first recorded by Berger on human beings. There are four possibilities in wave patterns like PQRS in ECG. Here it is alpha pattern or alpha wave pattern, beta, theta, delta. Theta and delta are slow wave patterns. Alpha you can see the frequency that is 8 to 13 waves per second, whereas beta is highest 14 to 80 or more than that waves per second. Beta is observed during awake alert state with eyes open, whereas alpha awake but eyes closed when it is relaxing. So theta and delta, what we can see, low wave, low frequency 4 to 7, delta is less than 3.5 waves per second, that is during deep sleep. Then what is alpha block? Alpha block means when eyes are closed, we will get alpha rhythm here on the left hand side. You can see. With eyes open, the brain comes into alert state with desynchronization. The synchronous firing of alpha is missing, and then desynchronized high frequency wave patterns will come. That is beta rhythm. So alpha is replaced by beta rhythm with eyes open. This is known as alpha block or desynchronization. Then to discuss about the advantages of EEG. EEG can be used to diagnose or localize brain lesions like tumors, infarcts, abscess, epileptic lesions. Of course, we can also study the types of sleep and sleep disorders. And one more is the EEG is flat EEG is a clinical evidence of death. If we take up the next point, that is learning, we need definitions for learning and memory. Learning is the ability to alter behavior on the basis of past experience or information acquired. So that, for example, if you come to the class of physiology or any class, you gain something information, or in practical you will experience something. Based on that, you will change behavior in the exam. That is what is learning in a different way of explaining. Then memory is ability to recall your past experience, so that it can be classified into explicit memory, implicit memory. Explicit is declarative memory. That is what declaration of facts. Two twos are four, or you can say definition from physiology, pathology. That is declaration. Then when come to implicit, that is we can't express in words, but we can do it. For example, preparation of blood smear. You can do that with your hands, like how you are going to drive your car, how to swim. This is the memory in terms of procedure. So that is usually long term. Then applied aspect is amnesia, that is also known as loss of memory. It can be again classified into anterograde and retrograde. Anterograde means the past experiences are memorized, but he can't learn new things and memorize from the point of injury or point of time. Whereas retrograde, you can see from the point of injury, he will forget all the past experience of childhood, last 5 years, last 1 year, 1 day, but he can learn new things from today onwards. That is retrograde. What is lost? The memory is lost from the point backwards, but he can recollect and he can gain memories and learn new things in future. Dementia is a kind of loss of memory, but it is progressive loss of memory. That is what was observed with Alzheimer's disease and old age. Then one more topic on CNS is language. By definition, is a complex code that includes act of listening, writing, reading, gestures, and speaking. And the neural areas concerned with the language or speech are Broca's area, that is motor area for speech and language. This is the Wernicke's area, that is sensory area for speech and language. Then what we have is angular gyrus, followed by arcuate fasciculus connecting these two important areas. Now we will see the applied aspect on it so that you can understand the importance of these areas. Aphasia, a speech difficulty or disorder of communication, either partial or complete. This disorder can be the spoken or written language due to lesion in the brain. It is not by birth. Okay, it is abrupt onset condition. So it is aphasia with language and speech disorder. Then this is to classify the aphasias, that is types of aphasia and site of lesion, and how do they do that with the language. For example, if you show them the patient with this diagram or the chair reality, then ask him to pronounce what it is. Then, for example, in Broca's aphasia, Broca's area is damaged, or motor aphasia. It is also known as non-fluent aphasia. In this chair, he can't pronounce this as chair. He will say that it's chair or something like that. because the articulation and the muscle movement is difficult because the Broca's area, which is motor area for speech, is defect. Whereas Wernicke's area, that is sensory area for speech, which is also known as fluent aphasia. In this case, the fluency is present, but exact term is not selected by the comprehended by the Wernicke's area or intellectual part of the brain. So that you will say stool, chaws, or you may start with the new terms which are not there in the dictionary. That is known as neologism. Then one more kind of fluent aphasia is damage to area number 40, 41, 42. That is conduction aphasia. So that he can take many words of different origin, but he can't repeat the words. He'll say that flare, no, swear, tear. That is a characteristic naming error. Whereas in anomic aphasia, where angular gyrus is damaged, anomic as the name implies, he can't name the object or the thing what he is observing. But in this example, you can see he was shown with the diagram or the real chair. He will say that I know that what it is, and he knows the meaning and what is the purpose it is used. I have many of those kinds of chairs and many of those items in my house, but he can't use that word. Naming will be lost. So with this, we have concluded the CNS random topics. In the next video, I'll take one more major system in view of Viva. Okay. See you in the next class.